Hello, this is Julian with Coffee Reviews, and today we'll be doing another two-part unboxing blind taste test rankings video featuring Roseline coffee roasters out of Portland, Oregon. Now, given how much you guys enjoyed our April unboxing blind taste test rankings video, we decided to run it back with one of our favorite American coffee roasters here in Roseline, which has somehow only featured once on this channel before, and it was in the very early days when we took a trip out to their cafe in Portland. So we've been dying to review their coffee, and we went ahead and ordered a sample pack, so I have no idea what's inside of this sample pack. I don't know what's on their current coffee offerings. I do know that they have a Mexico, and I'm really hoping that they have a Mexico in here. So without further ado, let's go ahead and open the box. I did cut the tape open to make it easier to start. Okay, and let's see, they're pretty. All right, first coffee we have, it is, oh, nice. Okay, well, we do have the Mexico, and I don't think that they have too many coffee offerings on their website right now. And I believe that these are all going to be washed coffees, as they don't offer too many natural or honey processed coffees or unique experimentational coffees. That's one of the things I really like about Roseline. They're pretty light, they're pretty clean, and yeah, first one we have right here is this wash processed Mexico, Los Guachipiles. I'm going to do a terrible job of pronunciation as usual. All right, awesome. Next up, we have a Crispin Matias. It is a wash processed Guatemala. And as per usual, I'm going to try to do my best to avoid looking at any of these flavor notes. That way, I'm not influenced and don't have any hints when I'm doing the blind taste test. But that's awesome. Love Mexicos, love Guatemalas. So two coffees that I really enjoy. And this one right here is a Kenya. I could see there was a AA on it. So we have the Kamwangi AA, and is a wash processed Kenya. So that's exciting. I'm always really excited whenever there's a Kenya included in a sample pack. And last we have, what do I want? I feel like an Ethiopia would make this really, really easy, so I'm hoping that it's not in Ethiopia. Anything but in Ethiopia, but it's probably going to be in Ethiopia. And we have the Yabitu Koba, which is a wash processed Ethiopia. It'll probably be pretty good, but it might, as a result, finish first place because it might be the easiest, and typically Ethiopians perform really well, especially washed Ethiopians. So those are the four coffees that were included. Really excited about the Kenya, as usual. So I'm going to go ahead and brew these coffees, and we will start the blind taste test. And we're back. The coffees have been brewed, so we're going to go ahead and go through the rules one more time for anybody that has not seen one of our previous blind taste test rankings videos. The way that this works is we have 4 cups of coffee over here, and we have 4 bags of coffee over here, and we're trying to identify which of these cups is which of these bags based off of taste alone. And there's a theme behind each and every one of these videos, and the theme behind this one is essentially featuring Roseline, as they're a coffee roaster we haven't had the opportunity to review in depth on this channel to this point, and they're one of our favorite coffee roasters, so we kind of wanted to highlight them and review some of their recent offerings. I think it's probably been about a couple years since I've actually had a full bag of one of their coffees, so this will be interesting. I'm gonna go ahead and move these coffees out of the way so we can start shuffling these. And again, the way that these work is none of these are marked anywhere except for on the bottom. And I'm going to shuffle them around for good measure, but I have no idea what any of these are already. So let's go ahead and start shuffling them around. They're all brewed at the same recipe. They all have the same roast dates. They all came from that same sample pack. And I think what I'm going to be looking for in this is the Ethiopia, as you'd imagine, to probably be the most floral, the Kenyan to probably be the most savory, and then where it gets tricky is going to be the Mexico and the Guatemala, because typically they both have pretty similar Central American characteristics. And I think the only kind of tip or hint I got, because I refuse to look at the flavor notes when doing these videos, is that the Mexico smelled slightly sweeter when I ground the coffee. The grounds kind of smell like a caramelized pecan. So I'm going to be pretty interested to see if that might hold true, and it might be just sweeter than the Guatemala. That's the only tip or hint I might have. Other than that, yeah, I don't really know what to expect from any of these coffees. One more shuffle for good measure, and we'll start with that cup. All right, cup number 1. I think this is the Kenya. I think it smells pretty savory just off of the bat. Again, I could always be wrong with something like this, but just off the aroma alone. It smells savory, but it doesn't taste as savory. It's a little sweeter than I think I had expected. It's very juicy. This has to be the Kenya. It's still a little savory too. All right, I'm gonna guess already that this one right here is the Kenya. I think it was the purple bag. All right, cup number 2. It's nice though. Actually, let's smell it first. Interesting. This one's quite interesting, actually. It's a little... I get some very faint stone fruit from it. It's got a fair share of those Central American characteristics. Slight bit of some nuttiness. Great caramel to it. That has to be the Mexico. I think I like it better so far than the... whatever this first one was, which I believe is the Kenya. I'm going to assume I think that this one right here is the Mexico. All right, cup number 3. All right, this one's a little standard. It's very nutty. It's chocolates and nuts. This one right here, it has to be either the Mexico or the Guatemala. I'm 100% confident of that. And given that I assumed that the Mexico was a little sweeter, I'm going to say that this one's probably the Guatemala. So I'm going to put this one at last for right now. And there's nothing necessarily overly standout-ish about this coffee at this time, but that's just the impression I got. So that's the way I ranked them so far. And this right here is the final cup. And if it comes out floral, then it's probably going to be the Ethiopia, because that's what's left. No, this is most certainly is the Ethiopia. I'm 100% confident on that. It's very floral, as you would imagine. It definitely has that kind of honeysuckle taste to it. It's a little melon-like, too. A little bit of lemon. This is definitely the Ethiopia. The question is where I would rank it. So I know I rank it above the Guatemala for right now. But what I'm also going to do is I'm going to go back and test these 2 cups of coffee, because I'm not necessarily sure whether I like it more than this coffee, which I assumed was the Kenya, or that coffee, which I assumed was the Mexico. I think I like it more than what I assume is this Kenya. Very kind of, very, very juicy cup of coffee. That has to be the Kenya. And then this one right here. I really like this coffee. Whatever this last one is, I really like it. And I can't help but shake the feeling that it's the Mexico. So here's what we're going to do is I'm going to switch these 2 around. I'm also going to put these behind so that way you can see what I'm assuming. But this one right here, as a result, I'm moving what I believe is the Kenya to 3rd. And then this one right here, I assume is the Ethiopia. So I'm going to put this one right here. And I'm pretty sure that this one right here is the Mexico, just based off of the aroma from the grind. And I'm going to put that one in first place. So that's the way that they go. Actually, probably should have flipped that, but that way you can see where the cups are. All right. So let's start out with what I put at 4th place. So it should be the Guatemala. So it should say G for Guatemala. And it is the Guatemala. Nothing necessarily wrong with this cup of coffee. All of these are very, very early into their roast date. So this one might open up in a little bit and become a little bit more lively, a little bit more vibrant. But this one was just the most classic, traditional. Nothing too stand out about it. Very nutty. Now I'm also curious what they have listed as the flavor notes here. Apple, chocolate, baking spice. Yeah, that's very traditional. All right, right here I said it was what I assumed was the Kenya, so it should say K for Kenya. And it's most certainly the Kenya. Just based off the aroma of the coffee, I could instantaneously tell that it was a Kenya. It's a very juicy Kenya. It tastes like a Kenya. There's no 2 ways about it. Maybe some red fruit, maybe some slight grape. Let's see what they have listed on here. Pomegranate, grape, and vanilla. Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. All right, here I put the Ethiopia, and I said it kind of had that honeysuckle taste to it, and so it should say E. I got a little bit of kind of some slight melon, some slight lemon to it, but E for Ethiopia, and that is correct. Which means I got 4 for 4 again. And let's see what they have listed on here. Honeydew, fig, and hibiscus. Okay, yeah, that makes a lot of sense too. There's that fig note again. All right, that means that right here is the Mexico, which is surprising. Mexico finished first place, should say M for Mexico. And it does. I think this is a wonderful Mexico. I think this is one of the better Mexicos I've ever had, just based off of this first impression. Let's see what they have listed here. Mango, butterscotch, and marzipan. The butterscotch, I think I was kind of describing it as a caramel. I could just definitely see it as a butterscotch as well. That is a really sweet and kind of lovely coffee. I'm going to take one more sip of this coffee. That is really nice. This right here, I feel like is a great representation of what Roseline does with a lot of their coffees, because that's just really, really pleasantly sweet, and it's definitely a little on the lighter side than most American coffee roasters, but that's a really nice cup of coffee. All right, 4 for 4 again. I'm obviously going to be reviewing each and every one of these coffees individually, do a full review for all of them, which will be nice because I'm looking very much forward to featuring Roseline. So often I have so many Roseline stories and so many things I want to say about Roseline as well. So I'll look forward to those videos in the coming weeks. If you're enjoying these blind taste test rankings videos, please give this video a like, as they are by far the most work, but they are also by far the most fun to do. I really genuinely enjoy doing all of these videos. And if you're enjoying any of the content, just give this video a like and subscribe if you're not already subscribed. This right here has been a two-part unboxing blind taste test rankings video featuring Roseline coffee roasters out of Portland, Oregon. Thank you for watching.